Right, we're going straight back to the lines now. Idu, the Arsenal fan. Idu, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, thank you.
You are live on talkSPORT, sir. What do you have to say?
Honestly, I think it's hard time we should stop putting our future in the hands of referees, because if Arsenal turned up well to play the game they played today, we shouldn't be talking about the penalty. Honestly, I just feel that Arteta has gotten to a point whereby he has no winning mentality in him, because this is an opportunity for Arsenal to take a lead over Liverpool. And we went to Brighton and we are playing a game as if we are a second division team. There was nothing to show in that team that they have anything to win. And I'm just surprised when you see, how can Arteta set up a team like that?
Idu, can I just make the case as to what Arteta has done here? What I believe that he's done, at least, looking at what's happened at Arsenal, looking at the way that Arsenal have set up, from the outside looking in, it looks like you've done this. Bukayo Saka is injured. Martin Odegaard is ill. So the way that you set up your team is to go 1-0 up and manage the game from that position. You find yourself 1-0 up, an excellent goal from Ethan Nwaneri. Not excellent from Brighton's point of view. They'll be furious for that goal, but excellent from Ethan Nwaneri. You go 1-0 up, you're then managing the game. You're then victim to an atrocious penalty decision. Can we blame Arteta for that, really?
Yes, I will blame him, because managing a game does not mean that we have to begin to play games whereby we are wasting time deliberately. You can see that. It's very, very surprising. An Arsenal team that I've watched for over, I'm 48 years old now. I've watched Arsenal team now for over 30 years of my life. I've never seen an Arsenal, in the times of Thierry Henry and the other guys, you never see Arsenal playing a football game the way we play today. Wasting time unnecessarily when boys are supposed to be putting force in the game. I don't know what the two signings he did, Moreno and Calafiori. I'm sorry, these two signings are detrimental to Arsenal football. And for that reason, Arteta cannot win anything with Arsenal. Honestly, let's put it down record. Say that I say so. Seriously, this is not the Arsenal that I've watched for all my life. It's so surprising, and it's annoying that when we have an opportunity, do you know what Arsenal does? Yeah, we break record for the wrong reasons. And a team like I was almost surprised that we didn't even lose this game.
So what are you saying here, Idu, though? Are you suggesting that you would rather Mikel Arteta wasn't your manager? Because, again, from the outside looking in, he's done a remarkable job in the 5 years that he's been there, hasn't he?
Where is the title? We should be asking ourselves that question. Where is the title to show for it?
I mean, it's a very good rhetorical question, because I cannot answer that one. Yeah. Okay. So what do you think should happen? What's your counsel say for the future?
Well, I know we should just finish this season, but there's nothing for us this season, honestly. Nothing.
I mean, fair enough. Idu, thank you so much for your call. I do appreciate it. I must say I'm slightly surprised at quite the venom in that call, but I do find it very interesting. We have another Arsenal caller here, Josh. Does Idu's opinion there chime with the way you see the situation?
No, not really. I think, you're mad if you're an Arsenal fan and you don't back Arteta. What he's done for us over the last few years has been mega. It's what Man United are trying to do. It's what Liverpool probably feared they would have to do after Klopp, and he's brought us back to being a contender every season. We're the second team now. He's got to find a way to push that forward, but I don't think the reason that we dropped points today was the penalty. Honestly,
you don't think it was a penalty?
No. I mean, that penalty a few weeks back, if you remember, Arsenal got a penalty because the goalkeeper caught Gabriel, I think, or Saliba in the head with a punch.
Yeah.
And a few games before that in the Champions League, we had the same thing. It didn't get given, and we were, felt hard done by because of it. It's one of those ones. If you clip an attacker's ankle, they give it. So why would you not give it for headbutting him?
Because a clash of heads isn't necessarily a foul, is it? Two players can go up to win a header, clash heads, and it isn't necessarily a foul on either player.
I get it, but you're late. The ball's gone.
No, but he got the ball. Do you know what? I don't know if you've seen this, Josh. I think it's very, very important to just put this out there, because I don't know if everybody's seen it. I've seen a very particular angle that has just been shown to me on Twitter. It's slowed down, frame by frame. There is a nick on the ball from William Saliba that changes the trajectory of the ball, that I also think changes the trajectory of this conversation. Without the nick on the ball, William Saliba has effectively headbutted João Pedro, and therefore a penalty has been given. With the nick on the ball, he's set out and managed to secure his objective, which is to get a touch on the ball. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that you don't think it's a penalty, because I'm surprised that you don't think that the penalty is the talking point of the game, because I feel like that's exactly where the game pivoted.
Nah, I honestly don't see it. I think that half-time, whatever happened at half-time to Brighton and whatever happened to Arsenal at half-time changed the game. Nwaneri has been really good the last couple of games and has given us a bit more of what Saka gives us compared to Martinelli on the right-hand side. But whether he took him off because of the yellow card or he just didn't think defensively he was doing the job, I'm not sure. But, I mean, we had one shot on target in that second half, and it was a tame shot.
It did go a bit stale in the second half. Do you have any thoughts about that? What are you missing? Where is that creativity? It can't simply be Saka's out, and therefore there's no creative spark at Arsenal. It can't be that easy.
What I'm not seeing spoken about is the fact that Odegaard's been an absolute shell of a player since he came back from injury. You look at the simple passes he's misplacing over the last few games, you know. A couple of games ago, he came on, he got a couple of assists. He's still amazing, but there's something not quite right with Odegaard at the minute. And with Saka gone and him essentially, you know, half there when he does start.
Do you think that's fair? Because I saw when Martin Odegaard came back into the Arsenal team, Arsenal were unbeaten in 12.
I think, yeah, fair. He's a good player. Half of Martin Odegaard is better than most attacking midfielders. But you watch him, pay close attention. He is not at the level that we know he should be at or can be at. And I think, you know, leaving past his Shaw, he almost did nothing really today when he came on. He didn't have any real impact on that game at all. And that isn't really what we have come to expect from him. And I don't know whether he's still carrying that knock. I know he's a new dad. You know, there's plenty that can go on in people's lives.
Yeah, we've got to cut him some slack there, mate. It's a very tiring point.
Yeah, I'm fully aware, yeah. You know, we all give him the benefit of the doubt, but I'm looking at him just thinking that, to me, it doesn't look quite right. And of course, Partey at right back hasn't worked, I don't think, ever.
No, this is, that's interesting because that's a Mikel Arteta decision. I genuinely believe that Arsenal look their best when Thomas Partey is playing in the midfield at the base of the midfield as a 6, I guess.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just play at the base of midfield as a 6 every game? Because every single time he plays there well. Arsenal win the game, and Arsenal look like a complete midfield. Like that midfield with Declan Rice in front of Thomas Partey is far and away Arsenal's best midfield, and yet it doesn't happen very often.
No, and I think it's a bit of a needs-must situation at the minute. You know, Tomiyasu, Ben White, you name it, Timber banned for this game. So there's 3 right-backs that have had to go before he started him there. But, you know, he did it at the start of last season. He dropped Gabriel for whatever reason. He started playing Partey at right back, and we just didn't look right. And like you say, put him in at 6 with Rice and Odegaard, and all of a sudden, he's arguably the best midfield in the league.
It's a great call, Josh. Just before I let you go, I just want to let you know something that I've just read. It's the first ever Premier League penalty for a clash of heads awarded against Arsenal.
Yeah, I think it's honestly, just sorry, I know you're trying to move on, but it's one of those things that when a keeper comes out and clatters a player, the refs don't give it because he's got his shot away. And we always sort of say to ourselves, why is he not giving that? You know, if a defender did that, and I think we're going to see more of these, and I think the precedent was almost set with that punch that Gabriel took in the head a few weeks ago, that these kind of, if it's not the foot and it's the head, you now have to be on time because the refs are looking for him.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.